Hi, pre-orchestra students. I enjoyed seeing a lot of you on Tuesday, and I told you that I would make this video for you. I told you I would make it yesterday, but I'm making it on Thursday. Okay, so this video today is all about French folk song. We started it in class, and you picked it up really well, but this is just sort of a practice through video so that you can keep learning, because you will likely still forget it, okay? So here's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna start by playing it for you, okay, with my bow. And this is just for you to listen because it's important to have it in your ear, okay? So just sit here and take a listen, okay? Before I start, I just want to remind you that our time signature is 3/4. That means there are 3 beats in every measure. So we count to 3 a lot, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? Here it goes. Just listen. Okay, so that was it. If you want to, I just say rewind that a bunch of times and listen to it, okay? Count with it, count to 3 with it. Just get it in your ears, okay? But rewind that. I don't care if you rewind it 7 times, but just keep rewinding that, all right? So you get it in your ears. Okay, so that was that. But now we're gonna learn it in 3 sections, okay? And we kind of have our first section, which is just, it kind of goes down the steps area slowly. And then our middle section, I like to call it the up the steps section, where we just keep going up little steps, up little steps, up little steps. And then our last section is basically just our D major scale all the way down. Okay, so we'll start with our first section, and you're just gonna listen first, okay? Our first section has 2 parts to it, okay? So I'm gonna play the first part, okay? 1, 2, 3. Down, up, steps. Okay, so let's do that together. It's D, 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 C sharp. So we go down the steps, but then we go back up the steps and we hold open A. Let's do it together. Pizzicato. 1, 2, 3. 2, lift. Lift now up. 1, 2, 3. Notice that I prepared my elbow for my D string. Let's do that again. Start on D. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Okay, stop. And just reminding you that every little phrase always ends with a held 3-beat note, which is a dotted half note, okay? Next section. This is the part we do the same thing, but we just go all the way down the steps to D, okay? 1, 2, G. Lift. 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 Hold. 2, 3. Let's do that one again. All 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3. Lift. 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 Hold. 2, 3. Okay? Good. Let's put the first part with the second part, okay? start on the A string, and then we go back up the steps, and then we go back to our D string, okay? Let's do that whole thing together, pizzicato. On the A string, we're gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Lift now up. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Good. So that is your first section of this video. So I would, pause this video, practice that, get comfortable, rewind, whatever you want to do, but master that before we go on, okay? So now that was the first section. This is the second section, okay? I like to call this the up the step section, okay? Let me play it for you. Just listen. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Lift. Hold on G now. Lift. Lift. Hold on A. Okay? So just like our first section, I'm going to divide our second section up into 2 little parts, okay? Up the steps. Now, we do the same up the steps pattern. It's D, E, F sharp, and we do that pattern 3 times, okay? We all remember this from class. So all 4 fingers on your D string, lift to hover. Make sure that when you put your fingers down, you are not crawling like this, but you are keeping them nice and squared. Are you ready? Up the steps. D. Lift. Lift. Now hold G. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again, okay? The first up the steps section is on open D. 1, 2, 3. Lift. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Stop. And we still have that dotted half note hold that we talked about in class, okay? That was the first part of that. And now let's do the second part. It's the exact same thing, we just start on E this time, okay? It's up the steps starting under E. Are you ready? 1, 2, E. Up the steps, E. The steps, up the steps to A, 2, 3. Okay, let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Up the steps, lift, up the steps, lift, up the steps, A, 2, 3. Okay, let's put the whole second section together. We start, it's all the up the steps, but we start the first time on D and the second time to E, okay? All 4 fingers on your D string, lift to hover. 1, 2, D. Up the steps, up the steps, up the steps, hold 2. Now E. Up the steps, up the steps, up the steps, A, 2, 3. Stop. Okay? So that was the second section. I am going through this fairly quickly because we did it in class, okay? And this is more of a reminder video. Even if you are not, if you're getting a little lost in some places, why don't you just finish the video and just get what you can and keep doing this video. All right, so we have our third section now. I think our third section is the absolute easiest. It is literally just all the way down the steps and then you repeat ED. Okay, let me play it for you. 1, 2, 3. Down the steps, down the steps, down the repeat 2, 3. Okay? Let's hear that one more time. 1, 2, 3. Down the steps, down the steps, down the repeat 2, 3. You want to try it with me? Don't forget to lift your elbow during the open A's. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Down the steps, down the steps, down the repeat, 2, 3. And even that last note, a full dotted half note again. Everything is dotted half notes at the end. Let's do that one more time, and then I think we'll be done, and I can't wait to see you again in class. 1, 2, 3. Down the steps, down the steps, down the repeat, 2, 3. Yep, and the repeat's just the ED at the end, okay? All right, you guys, I think this is it for today. You should listen to this video quite often, okay? If you get it tomorrow, listen to it 2 or 3 times before our class so you are familiar with it. Make sure that what you've been practicing is the right thing, all right? Thanks, you guys. I'll see you in class, okay? Bye-bye.